what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and as always, I appreciate all the love and support. As you can see right now, I am in Prime and I'm driving to go get the car aligned. So a couple things that you know, I noticed when I picked up the car from CFX Performance is when I was driving, like when I'm driving right now, it's fine. The steering wheel doesn't shake or anything like that, but when I was on the highway just for a little bit, as soon as I hit 64 miles an hour, right when I did that, the steering wheel kind of shook pretty hard, you know, like, and it wasn't doing it all the time. It was like once in a while, and it would just like shake really hard, go up and down. So I figured, you know what, since they, you know, dropped the motor from the bottom of the car, then for sure it's gonna need an alignment, you know. So I mean, the steering wheel is straight, which is cool, but things might just be too tight on one side of the car compared to the other side, and they just need to realign stuff. So hopefully that doesn't you know, be the problem anymore and solves that issue. So what we're gonna do right now is literally, I'm driving down that way to the shop right now. So I'm scheduled to be there in about 25 minutes. So hopefully I'll be there in 25 minutes. But we got to make sure when I get there that they know that, you know, this car will shut off. And sometimes it's annoying to get it back up and running until I get the tune back and tweaked. Because if you put it in reverse and drive, it makes the motor work a little bit harder, so it keeps the car running. But if you put it in park or leave it in neutral, the car is going to shut off because the motor is not going to run as much. So obviously, like I said, if it's in drive right now, we should be fine. So I'm just kind of cruising over there. I know that my wideband, he told me, you know, don't go over 16 on that and like stepping on it all crazy, you know, don't do any pulls, don't do nothing. He's like, just cruise the car like normal and you'll be fine. So that way I can get the alignment done and then drive it next week to get it on a dyno and get the car tuned, so hopefully it runs nice and smooth, and then we can enjoy it from there. So enough talking from me. I'm gonna see you guys over there at Network Alignment. I'm going back to them. They took care of Prime last time. It was like that close from scraping and it went right up on the ramp. So let's just do what we do, man. I'll see you guys over there in a bit. Holla. There you go, guys. It's really windy right now, but I wanted to make sure I showed you guys as he's gonna take it up there. It gets so freaking close, man, but it is what it is. It's another day at Network Alignment. Hold on, let's make our way around. Huh? It's a supercharged 6.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah. But his clearance is like nothing. His clearance is like nothing, and then the car will shut off because it needs to get dynoed next week. I just threw a new motor in it, so the tune is all over the place.
Whoa, dude. Yeah, I saw it in front. I was like, whoa,
yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so officially back with Network Alignment. They got the car up in there. What's up, my man? People driving by saying hi. You know, they see the camera I'm holding up, they automatically want to see what's up. But I'm super excited to finally have the car here because these guys definitely know what they're doing, and it gets so close to scraping in the front. But the key to it is this long ramp right here. See this ramp? A lot of shops don't have that. So once it gets up there, then that's what you're gonna see right there. It's pretty crazy. I needed it, man, because the moment I go 64 miles an hour on the highway, the steering wheel went like this. So they're gonna check that and make sure that everything is all good to go. But the car itself, like the steering wheel is straight, and that the first time I brought it, the steering wheel was crooked, and they aligned everything. But that was like a year ago. But now the steering wheel is straight, but it just shakes after like 64 miles an hour, which dropping the subframe and all that stuff, it's gonna cause all that. So either way, man, I just want to show you guys that the car is officially up there, and I'm super excited for them to work on it. I'm not gonna record them the entire time while they're working on it, but make sure you guys come down here. That's where I'm at right now. Once again, Network Alignment over here on Bethany Home and 67th Avenue. These are the only dudes I trust, seriously, bro. I'm not even joking. There's other imports and tuners and muscle cars and people that have lowered cars that all come here because of this ramp right here, you know, and they take care of your car. So a big shout out to my man Scott that runs the show up in here, and you know, he took care of me last time, and now he's taking care of me all over again. What's up? What up? You know what I mean? So shout out to, you know, those are the Priminators right there driving by, you know what I mean? But like I was trying to say, enjoy this video, you guys, because once we're done here, we're gonna do a test drive. Hopefully we'll get to know. It should be. These guys will knock it right out of the park. So in the meantime, between time, Network Alignment. There you go.
Honestly, I hope they tell me that it was really bad and they had to make sure that they tweaked it up, because I'd rather hear that than nothing, you know what I mean? My man. So yeah. Alright you guys, so as you guys can see, they worked on the car at network alignment, but get this, a couple things came up. So apparently the car, when they put it back together over at CFX Performance, it looks like they put it back pretty accurate without even doing an alignment. So to be honest with you, the steering wheel was already perfectly straight, but for some reason, when I was going like 64 miles an hour on the highway, for some reason it was shaking every now and then, and I don't know why it would do that. So I thought that maybe it's gonna be the alignment. Maybe, you know, they dropped the whole subframe, but apparently that isn't the case here. So one guy was in there, shout out to my man, I don't know who he was, but one guy was in there, and he said that on his SRT, he had his tires on there for 2 years, you know, even though they still looked, you know, pretty good shape, you know, like my front tires, they're not bad right now. They could be changed, that's for sure, because I believe I've had them on there for 2 years now. I believe it's been already 2 years, so I've had mine on there for quite some time as well. And, you know, after driving on them, you know, they don't wear out as fast as they do on the rear, being the car is a rear end and a rear wheel drive, and you know, when you do burnouts and stuff like that, take off and all that good stuff, you know, it's from the back of the car. But the car has been sitting for 2 months inside the garage. So I don't know, I was wondering if you guys knew that if maybe, just maybe, it was because it's been sitting for 2 months in the garage and it didn't move since it broke down. And I know that they say you want to drive your car back and forth a couple times so that way you make sure your tires don't flatten out on the bottom. So I didn't know if maybe that was the case. Now my only concern is, what about if I drove the car for a little bit? Like right now, you know, I'm not at my house right now, and I took the car for a little spin, and you know, I can't really step on it, I can't do anything just yet because the car still needs to get the tune, which we're set up for that for next this coming Thursday. The car is finally going to go in for the tune. I am going to go back to CFX Performance on Wednesday though, because I noticed that my exhaust was rattling. There was like a sound coming out of the exhaust on the passenger side, and unfortunately I should say, they put it on, you know, kind of crooked on the side. So simple fix, just go back, readjust the little, you know, probably that little rubber fitting, and just move it over just a tad, and that's it. It's not a big deal, it's not the end of the world. I'm still driving the car. You don't hear it all the time, but for some reason, like when it just, the engine is warmed up just enough, you'll hear that thing rattle just a little bit, you know. So you know, me, it was perfect before and I want to have it perfect, you know, and that's how they work too. So it was just something that, you know, just slipped past, where it's a simple fix. Either way, we're going to do that on Wednesday, so I'm going to go back to CFX Performance. They're going to take another look at Prime, see how it's been doing since I've been driving it. Just a little bit. I haven't driven it around much, to be honest with you. This is my second time driving it, and I just did a little loop around for about 30-40 minutes, and, you know, I'm back by my area again, by my house. So I'm going to let them take a look at it, see if there's anything they're noticing that needs to get tightened up or anything else like that. Just keep an eye on everything, and then, you know, move the exhaust over just a little bit, the tip. And then we should be good to go, ready for the following day, which is Thursday, for Arizona Elite Motorsports. So that way we can get the dyno tune going. Now, I won't be there for the dyno tune because they're going to need the car for 4 hours. That's how they work. That's how Bill operates. And he needs the car. He does his thing. And it doesn't just sit there and he kills time. Like, that guy is so booked, it's crazy. So make sure, if you guys are trying to get your car dynoed and you want actual true numbers on a Mustang dyno, which is known as a heartbreak dyno. The reason why it's known as a heartbreak dyno is because I could have put this on a dyno jet and guaranteed, I probably would have hit like 460, 470 wheel, 480 to the wheels back then. But I came in at 428 back then on a boost leak, and I didn't know I had a boost leak. There was a big hole in my intake, the downpipe on the intake. So there was a hole there, and my whole catch can setup was set up all incorrect. So hopefully now everything, you know, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna need new tires anyway, and I know that when you run your tires on the dyno, they kind of burn them down a little bit. I know it's running on the metal when it's tire to metal when it's spinning. So these tires are already you know, getting to the point where I'm gonna have to change them soon, so we're gonna do that. So with that alignment and, you know, these tires doing what they do, I'm gonna need new tires soon. So I'm wondering if you guys think that it's just because my tires are old in the front and that's why the car will do that every now and then. Do you think it'll go away after driving on them for so long and, you know, the tire warms up? Do you think it'll go away? I don't know. I haven't gone over 64 miles an hour. I haven't even got to 64 miles an hour, to be honest with you, because I just didn't want to take that chance with the motor. He told me on my wideband, keep that number at 16 and below, and that's how the airflow ratio, you know, goes through the exhaust. They don't want to put too much pressure to the motor because it needs that tune. It's already tuned, and thank God it's picking up the ECU original tune and the TCU, because when it's shifting like normal and everything. But it's just as soon as I put it in park like I did just now to get this footage, the car shut off. If I put it in neutral, the car will shut off. But if I put it in reverse and drive, the motor works harder, then the car stays on. So either way, hopefully the tune itself, you guys, will just do the job. And that way we can finally be back on the road. And then I'm going to need to invest again more money just when I thought I was done, because I'm going to need tires in the back, need tires in the front, and my rotors are getting there. The R1 Concepts, they've lasted for quite some time, so we're going to have to reach out to them and see what we can do and get another set, you know. And then other than that, I'll be doing another a video on my calipers too, because I'm gonna need to repaint those. They've faded from maybe 5 years ago when I had them painted, so they faded now, so they're due for a whole new fresh coat. So I'll make sure I do a video on that. I got plenty of content coming, you guys. I'm very excited, very grateful. I just want to take it one step at a time. I know that for some reason, every time I try to get close and I'm stacking up for the ZL1, something happens to this prime. So I don't know if this prime is getting jello. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if, I mean, he's got a mind of his own, you know what I mean? And for some reason, it's just like that, dude. It happened with my last car, my other show car that I used to have. I had a 95 Monte Carlo. If you guys go on YouTube and search up custom 95 Chevy Monte Carlo, you'll see me come up, one of the first ones, if not the first one. I only had 2 videos on YouTube back then, and one of them got 80,000 views, and it's like a 30-second video. Another one had like 20,000 views or something. So even that car, when I sold it, I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. Legit, nothing wrong with it. Till the day that I was gonna drop it off to the guy, it started stalling. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, I had no clue what was happening. So for some reason, I feel like they know, man. Cars know. They know when you're about to replace them. And if you've spent a lot of time with them, you know, and it's like a relationship. You put in those years together and all the ups and downs, it's not easy to just walk away from that. You know what I'm saying? And with this, I feel like that's the connection I got. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I didn't want to go off topic, but I just wanted to let you guys know what I have going on, and a lot of fun stuff coming up, road trips coming up. As soon as this whole coronavirus thing, you know, hopefully goes away soon, where people get back to normal and all that stuff with jobs, going to work and moving around. Like, I don't even know what it feels like to shake anybody's hand anymore. Like, it's been so long, it's just awkward. Like, if I see a movie and somebody's shaking hand, I'm like, wow, those were the good days. So anyway, don't want to talk you guys' ears out too much. If this is your first time on my page, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up, show your boy some love, leave a comment down below. It extremely helps out the channel. I really appreciate all the love and support. We're on a road to 10K subscribers, and it would be amazing if we can get 50 likes on this video. Just 50 likes is all I ask for, and I think that would be absolutely amazing. So we'll just work our way up slowly but surely. We'll get there, and I appreciate all the love and support, man. In the meantime, between time, A Dilla, Priminator, out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their